Hello friends. Welcome back to Wonderfully Made Bible Stories for Children. I'm so glad you're here. Last time, we heard how God gave Moses the 10 Commandments, his special rules for how his people should live. But while Moses was up on the mountain, something very sad happened. Today, we'll hear what the people did while they waited, and how they forgot the God who had rescued them. Are you ready? Let's begin. Moses stayed on Mount Sinai for a long time, 40 days and 40 nights. God was giving him more instructions, and Moses was listening carefully. But down below, the Israelites were getting restless. They looked up at the mountain and saw clouds and thunder, but they didn't see Moses. They started to wonder. Is he ever coming back? What if something happened to him? Instead of trusting God and waiting patiently, the Israelites came to Aaron and told him they didn't know what had happened to Moses. Since it had been so long, they asked Aaron to make gods to lead them instead. And sadly, Aaron listened. He told the people to bring him their gold earrings. They melted the gold and shaped it into the form of a young cow, a calf. Then Aaron said, "Here is your God who brought you out of Egypt." And the people began to worship the golden calf. They sang and danced and had a big party. But they weren't praising the real God. They had already forgotten the God who had saved them, the one who parted the Red Sea and sent food from heaven. On the mountain, God told Moses, "The people have turned away from me, they are worshipping an idol." So Moses went down the mountain, carrying the 2 stone tablets with the 10 Commandments. When he reached the camp, he saw the people dancing around the golden calf. Moses was heartbroken and angry. He threw the tablets down, and they broke into pieces. Then Moses destroyed the golden calf. He reminded the people that there is only one true God, the one who brought them out of slavery. Can you imagine? God had done so many amazing things for the Israelites, but they got impatient. And instead of waiting and trusting, they chose their own way. Sometimes we do that too. We forget to pray or we stop trusting when things don't happen quickly. But God wants us to remember who He is, even when waiting is hard. God's people had made a big mistake. But God didn't give up on them. Moses prayed and asked God to forgive them. And even though the people had sinned, God still loved them. He was willing to give them another chance. That's what God does for us too. We might mess up, forget, or make wrong choices. But when we turn back to God, He is ready to forgive us and help us start again. Let's think about some things together. Have you ever made a choice because you were tired of waiting? What helps you remember to trust God when you can't see what He's doing? Is there something today you want to ask God to help you wait for with patience? Even when we forget, God never forgets us. His love is steady, strong, and forever. Thanks for joining me today. Next time, we'll hear about how God stayed with His people and gave them a very special way to be near Him, a beautiful tent called the tabernacle. What was it for? And how did it help the people worship God? Until then, remember, you are wonderfully made, and God is with you every step of the way. Bye for now.